Welcome to the Ventrac Hill Climb Challenge. Today we're broadcasting on VPSN. I'm your host, Wayne Ressler.
And I'm Jace Youngerman.
We're excited to see today how our 4500 series engines will compare against our turbo diesel.
That's right, Wayne, and for today's challenge course, we're going to take 3 tractors at a time up a slope that maxes out around 26 degrees. They're going to be run by experienced Ventrac operators and using our most power-demanding attachment, the MJ840 Contour Mower.
So what do you expect to see out of our challenge today?
Well, I'm curious to see how the other engines are going to hold up against the 4231 TD. We've had a lot of people ask that question.
And our turbo diesel has been a good slope mower for us.
It has been a beast.
Well, let's get started. Let's see what happens here in the first heat. In our first heat today, in lane number 1, we'll have our Kawasaki 31 horsepower fuel injected. In lane 2, we'll have a Kubota propane powered engine, 31 horsepower. And in the third lane, we're going to have our turbo diesel, 31 horsepower, liquid cooled.
Boogity, 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 let's climb hills.
There we go. Let's see how they handle this. The turbo diesel from the far lane looks like maybe had an early edge. But as it's coming up the hill, it looks like maybe our Kawasaki could be close to it, and it's going to be a close finish.
Look at that propane keep up.
Propane was right there in the middle, but the Kawasaki and turbo basically finished the same. Let's see what happens here in round 2. Now in our second heat, looks like we have our turbo diesel in lane number 1. In lane number 2, we have the Kawasaki, again the fuel injected unit. And in lane 3, looks like we have the Kubota, but this time running on the gasoline.
Boogity, 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 let's climb hills.
And they're off again. What do you think this is going to end up like, Jace?
I'm expecting the Kubota to take off.
And the Kubota does look like it has a little lead there. And it does look like the Kubota is going to take it with the Kawasaki and turbo close behind.
Oh, almost a full tractor length.
Boy, look at that. The turbo and Kawasaki were neck and neck. Well, in our third heat here, we'll move things around again. We'll have the turbo diesel in lane number 1. In lane number 2, we've added our 25 horsepower diesel Kubota. And in lane 3, we're back to our Kubota gas unit, this time again running on propane.
Boogity, 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 let's climb hills.
And they're off again.
I don't know about you, but to me it looks like that middle lane's been pretty tough all day.
It does look pretty tough. But it up heading up, the Kubota looks like it might be, this is a close heat.
Neck and neck, oh my gosh.
That was a close one between the turbo and the propane. As we get ready for the fourth heat, our final heat I think, Jace?
That's right.
Again, we got the Kubota 25 horse diesel in lane number 1. Lane number 2, we got the turbo diesel. And in lane number 3, we got our Kubota gas, this time again running on the gasoline.
Boogity, 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 let's climb hills.
And they're off. So you feel confident in the Kubota again on this one?
I do, it's been showing that all day. Look how tough that middle lane's been though.
It has been tough. The Kubota looks like it has a commanding edge.
Look at the Kubota with that lead.
That's a pretty close finish there between the 25 horse and the 31 horse turbo diesel. And it looked like the Kubota blew them away there. So in summary here, what did you get out of our little test that we just ran here, our challenge?
Well, everyone's been really happy with the 4231 TD, but when I look at these other engine options, they're keeping right up with it, and the Kubota gas, that's been taken off.
And it is surprising with the Kubota diesel. 25 horsepower, that's six horses less than what they had, and it kept up there too. The Kawasaki, which is continuous slope rating, that held its own as well.
That's right. You're going to be able to sit on those hills all day.
Well, there you have it from VPSN. I'm Wayne Ressler.
And I'm Jace Youngerman.
Have a good night.